What is up, guys? This is the Rebellious Gecko here, bringing you another Battlefield 3 commentary. Of course, by yours truly. And you might notice, right when we spawn, hey, this is not Armored Kill. What is this? Armored Kill just came out and you're not doing a video about it? Herp-a-derp? Well, just so to calm you angry munchkins out there, I do have a reason for that. And their reason is quite simple. As I stated in my last video, I've been playing. Whoa! I didn't interrupt myself there because that was a very close. I almost rammed that chopper. And I don't like to ram choppers. Honestly, it's not something I like to do. But I get really close sometimes. I come back for a second round for some little revenge strike, if you know what I mean. But what I was getting to is, as I stated in my last video, I have gotten the PC version of Battlefield 3. And honestly, I'll give my full thoughts and what I think about the two things comparison video later, but it's just so fun and I just want to get you a PC gameplay. Like, I'm just trying to get better so I can be good enough to get you a PC gameplay. So I will be using a lot of my older gameplays, which will involve not a whole lot of Armored Kill. Well, I'm sorry, that's what's happening. And more back to the gameplay, we are playing on Caspian Border, which is quite a good map. I'm sorry, it's quite big open. A lot like Armored Kill, just not as big. And I am using the jet right now. And for a little advice on what to use on your jet, it's quite simple. Air radar, IR flares, and of course, the rocket pods. Now that one's a bit of a controversy. Rocket pods, heat seekers, it's like whatever floats your boats, you know? But I personally, I choose rocket pods over heat seekers. Mainly for one reason, you can take out ground troop as well. I've learned to get good enough with my my rocket pods. I mean, not my rocket pods, my miniguns, that I can take out jets with them and then take out the ground troop with my rocket pods. Many people might not have this ability and they decide to go with heat seekers, or they do have this ability but they still decide to go with heat seekers. I don't know, because it's easier, they're lazy. Beats me, but you can rack up so many more points, especially in Rush, if you just bring rocket pods as well, because you could take out those ground troops. Disables 100 points, that's as much as a kill, and then destroys 250 points. That'd be insane. Destroys 50 points, and that's great as well. Like, this is my views on heat seeker versus rocket pods. Rocket pods is a win-win. You're flying a jet, you're having a good time, and you get to help your team. Heat seekers is a win-lose. You're flying your jet, having a good time, taking on all the air, but what is your team gonna... Your team basically, like, gasping for help, like, help us! We're getting owned by the tanks, and you can't do anything. You're just like, well, can't help you there, buddy. Sorry. And I think I make one more pass on this. Yep, I think I go up soon. I like to get a large angle for lots of time to attack, so I go up. I see the tank, I spot it out. So I do what any smart jet person would do. I shoot at it, and I notice I'm locked, but he hasn't fired his missile yet, because if you deploy too soon, it's useless. But see what the thing with flares is, they sometimes don't deflect the missile when you deploy them. It's a shame. I think I might have deployed it a bit too late, but I deployed it as soon as I heard the beeping sound, and that was a bit too late, because he just shot it so close to me. It was like point of no return. But as you can see, we turn our attention to the beautiful tank. And this tank was my home. It was my homeland. It was me. Me and this tank were one. Okay, that's getting a bit too far, but you get the picture. I was in this tank for the rest of the game. Honestly, I think I went on like a 15 kill streak in this tank for the rest of the game. I was beasting it up in here. And eventually, a funny thing happened is we eventually ended up stealing one of their tanks as well, so we had 3 tanks up, and I think the enemy attackers get like 3, so they only had 2 tanks by the end of the game, and we were just destroying them. Like, they tried, the best they could do was drive their little jeeps into our spawn, trying to set the M-comp, and we just blow them up as soon as they get there. It's quite hilarious. And if you can see, like, if you're not blind, you can see that I am using canister shells on my tank as well. And I would say that is much better than any of the other attachments. Coaxial LMG is pretty good. Coaxial HMG is useless. But canister shell, yeah, guided missile actually has a lot of use if you're versing tank v tanks. Like canister shells are just so great. Great. Say with pride. Great for taking out infantry. Like, man, infantry, they can't run. They can run, but they can't hide. Canister shells go. I've honestly had like a 150-meter headshot with the canister shells. That's how great it is. It's like a one bullet kill and it shoots like 7 bullets out of it. It's like so great. It's also amazing for taking out choppers too. I'm surprised how fast they die. Which I think I'd try here, but I ultimately failed because he's flying away too high. So, as I said, this game was a rape, but they did take the first base. Sadly, mainly because this base is honestly, it's not the easiest base to take. Keep kind of wide open. So we move on to our next base as I promptly clear that guy out. What you doing in there? You cannot hide from me. I will clear you out like there's no tomorrow. But before I get distracted by the gameplay anymore, and I'm sorry about that if I do, I kind of get off topic a bit, you know. Oh god, I almost did it again. I just want to say I took a javelin to the face and was like, not phasing me. Even did like 5% down. But what I was going to say before I got distracted again, okay, I'm gonna say it this time, is I really wanted to start to maybe try a new series differentiating from just the commentaries. Maybe something called like bf3 comparisons, where I compare two weapons to each other, like kind of like the M16A3 versus maybe the M416. But it doesn't even have to be weapons. It could be maybe the tank destroyer versus the tank, or the SOFLAM versus the tugs, stuff like that. Just compare everything in Battlefield. Because I really do think that if I want my channel to grow, maybe I have to start varying up what I have. Commentaries just won't do it. As you can see, our tank squad rolled out. Dun 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 dun. Oh god. And I think now is when we get the extra tank actually, as they see my rolling, the Hayden. As I show up to their spawn, I'm like, oh hello there tank. Boom! One shot. And he promptly, and before I move on, you might have seen the lock there. The only thing I have to countering that is smokes. Like, if you are not running smokes, you are honestly leaving yourself totally there to be hit by javelins. Like, you are leaving yourself wide open. It's never not run smokes. That's what I'm trying to say here. Never not run smokes. Zoom optics is good, but smokes it saves you. Zoom optics does not save you. And if you were watching before that, I did quite the smart thing actually. What I did was I got the tank to disable. The guy jumped out, so I did not shoot the tank anymore. And I did that for one very important reason. That's when my teammate stole the tank, because he was smart enough to go place down. Well, not place down, but he was smart enough to go repair the enemy tank and then steal it for ourselves. As you can see, wow. If he was honestly faster again than I and didn't try to reverse, he would have had a chance. But, you know, thus the skills of the team in Battlefield 3. And I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but I sure have in the recent times. As I was saying at the beginning of the video, I've had some very frustrating teammates. Honestly, my teammates have been terrible. If you've ever played Battlefield, you should know this. Sometimes you try to join a game, but it seems like every single game you join, it's like, oh, we're getting raped. Oh, we're getting raped. It's only when I play with a squad of 4 that I sometimes get good luck, because the other team is like still raping the other team, but like the whole of our team is left, so we have a chance to bring it back up. But if I'm ever trying to play by myself, sometimes I find it impossible. Honestly, on PS3s, sometimes I find it impossible, because you don't have enough players, I guess. That's why I love 64 players on the PC. Ooh, why couldn't console have that? I know there's a million reasons why consoles could. And look there, that guy was trying to take out his small. Like, do you think your small is gonna save you now? You are right up in front of me. Your small is not gonna defend you from the great tank. as I like to call myself. That's a bit nerdy, but who cares? And as I was going before I make that amazing canister shell shot, the teammates can be so derpy and so herp-a-derp. Like, it's sometimes if you're like who are you playing with? Like you check your teammates' skills and they have 1 kill, 1 kill, 1 kill, 1 kill, 1 kill, 1 kill. Like, honestly, I guess there has to be, for people to rape, there has to be people to lose. For people to have good skills, there have to be people who have bad skills, just so they can own them. But yeah. But moving on from my teammate rage, as you can see, we're on our last MCOM, but we are not worried, because if you watch this, so first I'm shooting at it, then my teammate rolls up and has, hey, let's join the party, and we start shooting at it too. And then the third tank rolls up, and it's like, alright, now we're a party, and now it's basically like search and destroy right now. We're just finding any remaining tanks and just blowing them up. Like, this game is so fun for that. Like, I wish I could just roll up in a tank squad every day and just own people with our tankness and awesomeness. Because that's what tanks are. And this is a very actually dandy, did I say dandy? I meant dandy spot right up here, because you just, I think I snapped this guy out? Nah, I don't have the skills. This is a very dandy place, because the tank has so much range. You can just sit up on that hill and just shoot at everybody who decides to come up. And another example of canister shells, like, I do not know why anyone would not use canister shells if they have them unlocked. You're good. The Quaxel LMG does not compare to the amazingness of the canister shells. It's like, would you rather have something that can kill infantry in 1 shot, or something that kills infantry in 7, or something crazy like that? I don't know, I never actually counted how many shots it takes to kill. But we have, honestly, like only a minute left in the game. Their tickets are getting low. We're thinking, this is no problem now, but it's never safe to say that. We've had some embarrassing losses. Losses or base takes, I guess. But I think it was safe to say we were just about to win here. And few things I'd like to say before I go is, tell me if you like the idea for a new thing for the channel. Maybe comparisons video would be good, as he gets a smacker right down to the face. But seriously, if you guys think that's a good idea, please tell me. I'd like to know. I'd really love to actually do something like that. And if you do, and oh yep, I do die at the end, but do I really die? You'll have to find out. If you do like the video, please like, comment, or even if you like the commentary a lot, subscribe. As you see me get revived there, I didn't die. It really helps me out. Thank you, and goodbye.